So welcome back to DC Silver Age Storytime, and today's story comes from Action Comics number 385, published in February 1970, with story by E. Nelson Bridwell and art by Win Mortimer. Starboy has been hit by a teleport ray. He's being instantly transported somewhere. Welcome, Starboy. I've trapped you in the one place where your power won't work. To a superhero, his power is as important as a rifle to a soldier, or an instrument to a musician. So picture the plight of a hero who can't use his power. The fallen Starboy. Planet Xanthu calling. We need the Legion's help to halt the criminal gang. I'll send a team out at once. Xanthu? Xanthu is my homeworld. I want that mission, Karate Kid. It's your baby, Starboy. After all, you know the terrain. But remember, the Legion rules. No one-man missions. Here comes the new shift, Colossal Boy and Saturn Girl. You'll go with Starboy. With Starboy? Yes, Dream Girl. There's an emergency on my homeworld. Looks like we'll have to postpone our date tonight. I'm glad my power of prophecy doesn't tell me every future event. I'd foreseen this. I'd have been disappointed that much sooner. So they head off to Xanthu and are met by someone in security. The director of police. Greetings, Starboy. I'm glad you came. This may be a problem that will even tax the Legion's abilities. We'll give it all we have, sir. What's the problem? It's a gang that strikes at shipments of valuable materials and always seems to know our plans. When we sent a platinum shipment by sand sled across the desert of death, they were waiting in refrigerated suits. And when we sent Aurora gems and a new proto-drive subsea cruiser, the thieves were there in gill suits with molecular glue guns to clog the engines. Are there any valuables being shipped today? Yes. Some archaeological treasures are being transferred from a dig to Zan City Museum. We had planned to try an underground route. Better change it. A tunnel would cramp my style. I need room to use my super growth power. Check. Besides, the crooks will expect a long detour, so we'll do the last thing they'd look for and take a direct route. These statues are all made of precious metals. They should be the right bait to draw out the thieves, and I'll be able to catch their thoughts, with my telepathic powers before they strike. So they head off, and Saturn Girl uses her power. Not a one Colossal Boy, so she can't catch any thoughts. I'm afraid the hijackers won't show. Maybe we outwitted them. They haven't struck at every shipment. It may take a couple more tries to smoke them out. But they do arrive and attack. And apparently they're wearing anti-telepathy helmets, so they were no good. They're looting the truck with that mechanical arm. I'll stop it while you nab them, Colossal Boy. Check, Tom. There. By inducing mass from the stars, I've made the statues so heavy the arm can't lift them. It's snapping in two. One of the crooks looks pretty big, but I'll show him what the word really means by growing to giant size. Proceed with escape plan. Crashing comets. Those hoods took off into the one part of the town that's filled with elevated walks, streets, and monorails. I'd tear up the place if I tried to follow them. And we could never catch them with our flight rings. At least you saved the cargo, Tom. Thom? Oh, how wonderful. Why didn't you tell us you were coming? So he goes to visit his parents. I didn't know till today. I am on Legion business. Imra Ardeen, Saturn Girl, and Gim Allen, Colossal Boy, came along. Nice to have them. Come on in. How do those thieves know so much? Could they be Saturnites with ESP powers like you, Imra? No, the anti-telepathy helmets would block their powers if they were. And I wanted to wrap this case up fast so I could see Dream Girl. That's it. Dream Girl comes from the planet Naltor, where everyone has dreams and premonitions of the future. The crooks must be Naltorians. No wonder even last-minute changes didn't stop them, if they'd already foreseen exactly how the shipments would be made. Of course, they were ready for Colossal Boy and me because they knew we'd be there. But they didn't always see all the details. That's why I caught them off guard and saved the loot. Sure, but how do we catch crooks who can know our plans before we dream them up? You knew Starboy would be there. Why'd you let him foul up our job? Because I don't want him to know why I came to Xanthu. I plan to lure him here and trap him because he killed my brother. My brother, Ken's Nuhor, loved Nura Nal's Dream Girl because she preferred Starboy. Ken's tracked him to a wild planet. Your foolish explorer friend tried to stop me. Too bad for him. That was cold-blooded murder. I knew about your powers, but my special shield is reflecting it right back at you. My own reflected superpower is hitting me. I'm so heavy, my legs won't hold me up. But as Ken's moved in for the kill, Starboy snatched up his dead friend's gun, and ah! Starboy was expelled from the Legion for breaking its code against killing, but later, for helping them on a job, he was readmitted. I've had a premonition. I know I'll capture him tomorrow, but that's all I'll know. So the next day, Starboy decides to make the shipment super heavy so they can't be stolen, although it makes you wonder how they themselves are transporting it. But the villains use a teleport ray instead of snatching it up. The Legionnaires are after us, as expected, and Starboy is in the lead. You know our orders. Get him. Great, rings of Saturn. They hit Starboy with the teleport ray. He's vanishing. So this is your base, but where is it? It's out in space, and it has no artificial gravity. That means everything in it is weightless. You can't use your power to increase weight here, where nothing has any weight. Ha ha. Looks like we're teleporting ourselves here just in time to see the fun. I'm Yark Anthu. My brother was Ken's Nuhar, the man you killed. Now that you're helpless, I'm going to kill you with the same kind of ray gun you used on him. It won't be easy, mister. With my flight ring, I can dodge anything you can throw at me. But how long can I keep dodging? That blast nearly nailed me. Looks like I'd better change my strategy. He's right in front of me, and the last thing he'll expect for me is for me to take the offensive. So I'll kick against the wall and launch myself at him. So he's so surprised, he's shooting wilder than a cross-eyed carmape. Ugh. I'm a lot bigger than my brother, Starboy, and you don't have a weapon to gun me down with. You'll be seeing stars in a minute, Starpunk. Ha ha. Another second and I've been smeared on the wall. My flight ring training sure came in handy that time. But Yark's so massive I couldn't budge. Galloping galaxies, what a fool I've been. Even though we're both weightless, I should have realized I can use my power against Yark, and I will. What's wrong here? Why can't I pull the trigger? Why, I can hardly hold the gun. Sure, my power is to induce mass. The gun looks the same, but it's much more massive now. The molecules are squeezed together. Weight is the effect of gravity on mass, and even in a weightless condition, mass remains the same and just as hard to move. So you made my gun too massive to handle because I'm weightless too. But I'll avenge my brother if I have to use my bare hands. If you can use them, you mean. What's wrong? Can't seem to move fast. Of course not. I made your body so massive your muscles can't manipulate it. Get 'em, boys. Get revenge for Ken's. Starboy can't use his power on all of you at once. All of you? Both of you, you mean? Right, boss. At times like this, I wish I were Invisible Kid so I could just disappear. When suddenly Saturn Girl and Colossal Boy arrive. Looks like we got here just in time for the traditional last-minute save. My Neura Ray set at stun force will KO that rat. I want to give you boys a great big hand. How does it grab you? I give up. But how could you have tracked us? Our teleporter had no power left, and we all wore anti-T helmets, so you couldn't trail us by telepathy. I didn't need to trace you, space jackers. I just tracked Starboy's brainwaves. He didn't have an anti-T helmet. For a prophetic Naltorian, you sure were defeated by a lot of unforeseen things. I thought this was a pretty good story. It was a nice callback to a previous story, and kind of cleverly written. Pretty good.